Guys, I swear, we live in topsy-turvy world where there's certain things that you can do that are now cool, right? Like, it's cool to be disrespectful towards the president, right? To say the president's a bum, to call him a white supremacist, to call him a racist. It's cool to attack Christianity. Like, that's the cool thing to do. Oh, to be not religious or to support all these other religions besides Christianity. That's the cool thing to do. Right. Also, the cool thing to do is to support protests and riots and the destruction of the country. The cool thing to do is also to tear down our statues, get rid of our history, and just to basically try to make America into Europe. That's the cool thing, to be like Europe. And it seems to me that this new list of cool things to do, right, is now extending towards the military. It's now cool to be disrespectful towards the military and to say things about the military that are negative to make it seem like you're extra woke, even though you don't know what the hell you're talking about. And that's basically what happened with Troy Aikman and Joe Buck on a hawk mic, allegedly. But before we get into that, my name is Greg Foreman and you're watching A Black Conservative Perspective. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share A Black Conservative Perspective, aka liberals' worst nightmare. You can also follow me on Twitter at GForemanBCP. Let's get it. All right, so take a look at this video of Joe Buck and Troy Aikman allegedly getting caught on hot mic. I don't know if it's a hot mic. It doesn't sound like a hot mic to me. It sounds like something they was programmed to say, talking about how it is wasteful to spend money on military flyovers.
That's a lot of jet fuel just to do a little flyover. That's your hard-earned money and your tax dollars at work. That stuff ain't happening with Kamala-Biden ticket. I'll tell you that right now, partner.
Talk about somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about. I mean, seriously, Troy. As so you can see, Troy Aikman had something to say about the military flyover, calling it basically a waste of money and it's a waste of jet fuel, and then talking about how allegedly that's not going to happen under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, as if they have anything to do with that at all. Again, he doesn't know what he's talking about. The first aspect of him not knowing what he's talking about is the fact that he doesn't understand that military flyovers don't waste extra taxpayer money. And the reason why is because they're used as training hours. There's a certain amount of time that pilots must get flying in the air. And that makes perfect sense, right? If you're operating sophisticated machinery like that, you need to practice using it all the time, basically. So essentially what the military does is that they use these flyovers, which also happen to be displays of patriotism during sports events and things like that, which I think is an awesome idea, right? To also put in those training hours. So it's something that they're going to be doing regardless of whether or not it's going to be used as a display of patriotism or not. The military also uses this exercise to help recruit others and to inspire young men to join the military. When you see displays of patriotism like this, people look up to the military and they say, hey, maybe I want to join the military. Maybe I want to fight for my country. Maybe I want to be a part of something bigger than myself. Oh, so all of it has a purpose. And it's not a waste of taxpayer dollars because they're going to have to do it anyways. So you don't even know what you're talking about at all. And then secondly, he's acting like Kamala and Joe Biden are going to change this as if they weren't doing military flyovers during the Obama administration. Like, that's not something that we've been doing for a long time, since forever. As if they're going to radically change that, or to even try to imply that they're going to somehow decrease the military budget. It's just not going to happen. I mean, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I mean, when you talk about decreasing the military budget in Washington, that's a non-starter, dog. That's the easiest way to find yourself with no political friends in Washington, is to talk about decreasing the military budget in any way whatsoever. I'm just keeping it real. There's a reason why it's as large as it is. So he really doesn't know what he's talking about. But my question is that, what made him feel like he needed to say something like this, right? Like, what made you feel like that you needed to make a statement like this to criticize a display of patriotism when they were standing for the Black national anthem, which is not our national anthem, which, again, by definition, is a display of being divided, separating our national anthem, saying that one is for Black people and one is for white people. Did you criticize that? Did you have anything to say about that? Come on now. Why would you not have anything to say about that? How is that not a waste of time? Furthermore, you're talking about taxpayer dollars. How is our taxpayer money funding these stadiums not a waste of taxpayer dollars? The same stadium that you played in and that you benefited from when you were playing for the Dallas Cowboys. The same stadium that you're standing in that you benefit from as a TV announcer, getting paid $7.5 million a year to commentate football games. I mean, you want to talk about a waste of money. Come on now. Now that I think about it, his commentary might make sense because, he sounds like he wants to pay more money to the government, which is why he supports Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, and he's looking at having that top marginal rate of 50 to 60% that they have under their plan. Troy wants to give some of his money back to the government, and I'm pretty sure they'd be more than happy to take it. You make $7.5 million a year, primarily because the fans at the stadium who respect the military and care about our country showed up to your games and supported you when you were a Dallas Cowboy and propped up your fame and made you who you are so that you can go on TV and talk for a living and get paid millions of dollars and be the top 1%. Now you want to criticize our men and women who are training to stay in shape, to keep their skills up to date so that they can defend our country if it happens to come under attack? Come on now. It don't make sense, Troy. It just goes to show where we are as a society right now. We're in a society where it's cool to criticize the military. There's not going to be any backlash from it. There's not going to be any punishment or anything like that. But I guarantee you, if Troy was caught on hot mic saying the F word, as in the homophobic slur, like that sports announcer did not too long ago, he would have been suspended. Or if he would have said something about Black Lives Matter that just slightly disagrees with the narrative, would have been suspended. Would have been punished for it. But say something ignorant about the military, not understanding what you're talking about, oh, there's nothing for that. It doesn't matter. But quite honestly, guys, I don't believe that this was a hot mic. I believe this was something that was planned. This is something that maybe Fox wanted to send a message to people. I don't know. Because it sounded like they was talking to the audience. Troy Aikman and Joe Buck were both in agreement on what they believe in regards to it being wasteful. Maybe they're both socialists. Maybe they're communists. Maybe they are paid actors, like I believe a lot of people on TV and television and sports announcers and political announcers are. They're just actors playing their role, telling people that, hey, you need to vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in a roundabout way. Maybe this was their assignment, right? Who knows? But again, it does seem to me that Troy, in particular, may be interested in paying more taxes. Maybe Joe Buck is interested in paying more taxes. So you guys let me know what you think. Was his comments disrespectful? Do you think it's fair game? Was it a hot mic or was it not a hot mic? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.